Let's just start off number 4 with some basic questions. If you have 3 nickels, how much money do you have? Well, obviously you'd say 15 cents, right? Let's put that in perspective of dollars. If you have 3 nickels, a nickel is 0.05 of a dollar or 5 cents, right? And so you would have 15 cents, right? If you were to have, 5 nickels, 0.05, you would have 25 cents. So when it says on number 4, Paul has $2.80 in nickels and dimes. Okay, I don't know how many of each kind of coin that he has, but I know that if we add up the nickels and the dimes, if we add those up together, he has $2.80. Now, I don't know how many nickels he has, but the amount of money that he has in nickels, I know is going to be multiplied by 0.05, because a nickel is 5 cents. So 0.05 multiplied by the amount of nickels he has is the amount of money he has in nickels. Likewise, in dimes, dimes is 10 cents. So however many dimes he has, you're going to multiply it by 0.10 to get the total amount of value or worth of dimes he has in money. So 0.05n times 0.1d, that equals $2.80. So this right here is going to be your first equation that you're going to set up for our systems of equations. Second one, also just some basic questions that I'm going to ask you first before we get into this one. Because he has 14 more nickels than dimes, he has 14 more nickels than dimes. So if he has 1 dime, he has 14 more nickels. So wouldn't he have 15 nickels? Because he has 14 more of them. If he has 2 dimes, he would obviously then have 16 nickels. If he had 20 dimes, I know that he has 14 more nickels, so he would have 34 nickels. All I'm doing is adding 14 to this value to give me the amount of dimes that he has. So we have, or to give me the amount of nickels. So I'm adding 14 to the amount of dimes he has to give me the amount of nickels. So with that being said, my next equation, the amount of nickels that he has, is 14 plus the amount of dimes that he has. Like we said, if there is 1 dime, then there are 15 nickels. If there are 2 dimes, he has 16 nickels. So n equals 14 plus d is going to be my second equation. And now, class, we can solve the rest by using substitution or elimination. More oftentimes than not, we've been using substitution, and that's again going to be the case because n is already solved for. N equals 14 plus d, so we're going to put it into that n. So you're going to need your calculator with these problems, I'm assuming. 0.05 multiplied by n, which n is 14 plus d, plus 0.1d, that equals $2.80, or 2.8. So now let's distribute that 0.05. 0.05 times 14 is 0.7. 0.7 plus 0.05d plus 0.1d, that equals 2.8. Combine like terms, let's get our d's together, and let's subtract this 0.7 over to here. So if you have 0.05d and 0.1d, you're going to get 0.15d. That equals 2.8 minus 0.7 is 2.1. So lastly, let's divide both sides by 0.15 to get d all by itself. When you take, on your calculator here, 2.1 divided by 0.15, you get d equals 14. Dimes equals 14. So now going back up to the top again, let's see what this question wants us to solve for. How many of each coin does he have? If he has 14 dimes, we know that the amount of nickels he has is 14 more than his dimes. So if we add 14 to the amount of dimes, which is 14, 14 plus 14, we get a total of 28 nickels. Nickels equals 28. What's also nice on these ones is that you can check every single one of these problems to make sure that you've done it right. If he only has not dimes and nickels and he has $2.80, well, how much money does he have in dimes? If he has 14 dimes, that's $1.40, isn't it? If he has 28 nickels, 20 nickels is $1, and then another 8 nickels is 40 cents, so that's also $1.40. He has this much in nickels, so that would give me a total of $2.80 he has in change. Is that what he's supposed to have? Yes, it is, $2.80. So feel free to take your time with these, go back to your work, and make sure that you do these correctly, especially on a test question.